Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're working on a full face of Guerlain. I will be featuring some of the new Holiday 2020 collection. So if you're interested in seeing a full face, what my thoughts are, then please keep watching. All right, everyone. Again, thank you so much for clicking on my video. Today, we're going to be working on a full face of Guerlain Makeup. Now, these are not my first impressions. I have been testing specifically the foundation out for about a week now. I wanted to be able to give really thorough, accurate thoughts on the foundation, how it works on my combo oily skin, and be able to give you like thorough review on that. The eyeshadow palette I have not used before. I've been looking at the colors and trying to get ideas of what I'd like to do. The Meteorites I've tried before and I really love those. I've tried the primer. I have not tried the lipstick, but I just thought it could be a fun chit chat, get ready with me. I can talk you through some of my thoughts on the products. We can talk a little bit about the history of Guerlain and just have a good time. So if that sounds good to you, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Before we do, please make sure and give me a like if you like what you see. Make sure and subscribe if you haven't already done so. I have a really fun video idea that is coming soon. I'm basically going to be doing an unboxing of my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. It's pretty big, guys. So go ahead and make sure that you're subscribed if you haven't already done so. Go and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. That's where I like to connect with everybody one-on-one. Everything is linked down below in the description box. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and start. Okay, guys, so I want to show you first off what we've got to work with. I am new to Guerlain. I've never tried anything from the brand. A couple years ago, I used to watch this channel. I think it was Thrift Thick, and she had oily skin, and she just swore by this Guerlain primer. The primer retailed for $70 at the time, and it was basically like a bottle full of all these pearls that would basically burst as you pumped it out. It was like the oddest thing, but she swore by this primer. She absolutely loved it. And so I've always been intrigued, but I never took the plunge and I never looked into it. Well, when they announced their Holiday 2020 collection, of course, I lost my mind. I've talked about the Bee lipstick a couple times in a couple other videos, but I was definitely intrigued. So then maybe like 2 to 3 weeks ago, I saw my makeup twin, Gigi's Beauty, talk about the Guerlain L'Essentiel foundation. And she talked about how much she liked it. And I was like, okay, if she likes it, then I like it, because we like all of the same complexion products, a lot of the same makeup, but in general, mostly complexion products. So I was very intrigued. I logged on to Selfridges, and what I found is that one of the new products that they've recently released is this primer. Oh, isn't this beautiful? Look at this bottle, you guys. It is just stunning. And so it's like a frosted glass, and then the actual product is, I guess, a nice soft green. And it says that it's a pore minimizer shine control primer. Like, perfect. I have really large pores in this area. I need to control the oil in the T-zone. I was a little oily here in the perimeters during the summer, but as it's gotten cooler the last couple of months, I don't have that as much, and I'm actually getting a little dry. So I thought, you know what, let's try it out. I did go ahead and pick up the Meteorites. Now, I did not... All of the other stuff I picked up at Selfridges. These were always sold out at Selfridges, and so I ended up picking them up immediately after I saw them come out to the Sephora site. So very excited about these Meteorites. I've never tried them before. However, this is not a first impression. I have been using these the last week or so just to kind of get my thoughts on there. So I have thoughts. I have not used the eyeshadow palette, but I want to show it to you. It comes in this really beautiful, like very mirror-like gold packaging. And here are the shades, just absolutely gorgeous, very reflective. I feel like there's a lot that we can do with this color story. So let me see if I can pull it up close so you guys can see it. It really is very beautiful. There's a lot that we can do there. Have not tried the shadows, so I don't have thoughts on them yet. That will be a first impression. It does come with this little brush. I am not too confident in this little brush. I don't think I'll use it today. And then the last part that we have, I'm so excited about. It is the Guerlain Rouge, the double mirror cap. It's one of these lipstick cases. This is not the $300 bead case. This is a golden ruby. This is golden ruby, but I just thought it was so, so beautiful. When you open the box, it comes in a little velvet pouch like this. And you just take out the case and oh my goodness. It's mirrored. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Look at those rhinestones. And just as the name would suggest, there's golden stones and then ruby stones. I haven't been mentioning the prices, so just know that every time I show an item, I'll put the price down below. The color lipstick, the lipstick refill that I chose for that case is in the shade number 64, which I believe is Rosewood, but I can't see anything on the box that says that. And this is what the lipstick looks like. It comes with the bottom portion that would click perfectly into the case. It is a matte lipstick. Look at how beautiful that is. So the only thing that I have used and that I have thoughts on are the complexion products. So the primer, the foundation, and the Meteorites. I thought that was important because they are pricey complexion products. And I'd like to give you real accurate thoughts and a review on that. The rest, I feel like, you know, it's eyeshadow, it's a lipstick. I will definitely see how they apply and see how I like it. I might leave a pinned comment down below with the wear time on the lipstick and the eyeshadow, but we're only going to be creating one look. This is more of an overall review of the brand and showcasing some of the holiday 2020 products. So yeah, here we go. Now, the one thing that I felt was so interesting about this primer, first of all, it's got like a little medicine dropper type of dispensing system. And, you know, it says it's pore minimizing, and it says that it is oil control. However, when you apply it, and there it is there, it's watery and it goes on very, very lightly. It feels very, very hydrating. And it just doesn't feel silicone-y in any way. It doesn't feel drying at all. And I really, really like that because I never got like a drying feeling or sensation. Now, initially that scared me a little bit because the foundation is like an aqua foundation or like a more natural finish foundation. It's not mattifying at all. But, you know, with how my skin has just toned down a little bit with oil production now that it's getting cooler, I thought it would be okay. Again, not first impression, so I have tried it before. What I can tell you is that it's definitely pore minimizing. It gives a little bit of a sheen and it feels good. Like it feels like my pores are blurred in this area. It feels like my skin though is hydrated. It's like the craziest duality to that. So yeah, that's what I can say about that. This primer retails for $42.50, and again, it is a new release that Guerlain recently launched, I want to say like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, really, really beautiful, beautiful primer. I feel like it helps the foundation go on really smoothly. I also feel that it minimizes the pores like it says it's going to do. I don't know if I necessarily think that it helps with oil control, but it definitely does not dry out either. For me right now with where my skin is, it's the perfect combination for me. All right, so here is the foundation. Look at what a beautiful, beautiful packaging this is. It says that it's a natural glow foundation and that it's a 16-hour wear. I agree with that. I've tested it over a week and I don't know that I've seen get a full 16-hour wear out of it, but a good 12 to 14 hours for sure. But also what I've noticed even after the 12-hour mark or so is that you don't get this weird look where you go from being fully made up to like everything just kind of wiping away. No, it wears down very, very naturally, very beautifully, and your face looks good. And I think a lot of it is because it does have like a natural glow. You don't look makeup-y or made up. It looks very natural. So I think that that's also what's helping with the wear down and making it look so natural. I am in the shade 35N, and I feel like right now as I'm starting to lose my color, it's a perfect, perfect shade match for me. It does come with a pump, And I'll pump one out here so you guys can see. You would think it's a natural glow, healthy glow. Because the primer is so watery, I expected this to be also, but it's actually somewhat of a thicker consistency. If I had to compare it, I would say that it compares most closely in consistency or texture to the It Cosmetics CC cream, where it's a little thick. That's what I would compare it to. This foundation retails for $49.50 and I love it. So what I do is I only grab one pump, and I might grab more if I need it, but I only grab one pump and just go into my face and just dab on my face. I will use my BK 101 brush. That's been my go-to recently. I would say that this is a light to medium coverage. It's definitely not full coverage or anything like that. And I think just sticking to the healthy glow claim, you know, like they want it to look healthy, natural. So yeah, but for me, I know for those of you that aren't new to my channel, you know that I don't really like full coverage foundations. That's just not my thing. So I really love this foundation. It doesn't have any scent, but it kind of has like a makeup scent, I guess I could say. Like I don't want to say generic, but it just has a very like bland makeup scent. It smells like cream or pharmacy. I don't know. It's kind of like a makeup scent. But it doesn't smell bad. It's not perfumey at all. There's no perfume scent to it. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the brand. I was researching the brand because, again, I've never tried any of their products. I know that people speak very highly of this foundation and of the Meteorites, but that's really all I know. What I found is that Guerlain, well, as I'm looking through self-fridges, what I find mostly, and you guys may know this, but is a lot of perfumes. And so when I started researching, what I found is that Guerlain is not a new company at all. They actually started in 1828, where a chemist, Pierre-François Pascal Guerlain, started the company. He had grown up in his father's spice shop. I'm grabbing another pump. And so he always grew up like really being able to differentiate and distinct between scents and smells, and that was just something that he was really interested in. So in 1828 he actually started his own perfumery. Once he started, he became really good at layering scents, combining scents. I mean, he was a chemist. He started making perfumes for countesses and royalty and like, you know, just people that were like in that circle. And then eventually he ended up making perfumes for Empress Eugenie, who was the wife of Napoleon III. Eventually she would give him the title of patented perfumer to Her Majesty. So that was like a big deal. And so they continued on building this company. Eventually one or two of his sons or children did come and form part of the company and, you know, continue to work together and build the legacy, which I always think is cool. You know, like building a business and then having your kids actually want to work the business is a lot harder than people think, right? But they were all very committed to it. In 1990, and I guess in the 90s as a whole, Guerlain started to kind of come up in the world because they had Angelina Jolie on a lot of their ad campaigns. That's how they feel Guerlain started to hit mainstream beauty industry. Eventually, they sold the business to Louis Vuitton, and, you know, they continued to work the same. Now, after all these years, since 1828, I think it's like the 5th or 6th generation of family that is worked the business. They still like are a very prestigious perfumery. They still only produce in France. They want to keep that, you know, exclusivity, and like, you know, they think that if they start to dilute the brand, they'll lose that air of luxury, you know? Their signature logo is this golden bee, and actually today there's only 5 people that know how to paint those bees. Those are hand painted. It's kind of a big deal, and it's just interesting. Like, I like how a week or two ago, Sonia G posted her first video ever on her channel, and she was talking about Kumanu and how they are so dedicated and committed to the artistry behind the natural haired brush and what goes into every detail of how they prepare the brush. Well, you see that same dedication and commitment to quality in a brand like Guerlain. So I find that really nice. This foundation, as you guys can see, is just beautiful. It's a very, very natural. I like it. You know, I'm just sitting here kind of blending my life away as I talk to you, but a couple things, because I did try a couple application methods. I tried a sponge and then I tried my finger. They all looked nice, actually. When I applied it with the sponge, it was a little bit thicker, like more full coverage. With this brush, I found the perfect level of coverage that I like. You know, I think that the foundation is absolutely wonderful. And then I think that the BK 101 just takes it to, you know, one step better. And just for reference, that took, including my neck, about 1.5 pumps of the foundation. I'm going to wait to set my entire face with the Meteorites. So I'm just going to go into bronzer. I don't have a Guerlain bronzer. They were sold out when I tried to get them from Selfridges. So I'll just use my Gucci. I have my Gucci number 3 here. But yeah, so lately, I mean, and we did this for the Hispanic Heritage video where we were talking about just the history behind the brand. I actually got a lot of good feedback of people saying, hey, that was interesting. I liked what you had to say, you know, whatever. It's just something that interests me. If you guys are into it, I can do it from time to time. What I love is in a brand like Guerlain, when I initially thought about researching it, I thought, oh, there's not going to be much. It's probably like a Dior or an Estee Lauder. And I mean, not to say that they don't have history there, but there's not a lot of that familial connection that you can make because I've kind of looked. But I was so interested to find all of the little tidbits that I found. I think they're interesting, and it just helps you learn more about the brand and then decide if you want to support it or not. I think brands recognize that nowadays people have options, people have choices, and I do believe that when you know the history of a brand, you're more likely to invest in a brand, look into the brand. I mean, that's how I feel about brands like Chantecaille. Like, I really like knowing the family, knowing what they're about, like what motivates them, what moves them, right? Yeah, so even with the bronzer on top, like the face just looks so good, so natural. I'm gonna do my brows off camera, apply a little bit of blush. I won't do any highlighter because the Meteorites have a glow, and I'll be right back. Okay, brows are done. I did go in with my Patrick Ta She's So LA blush today. I like that it's a little bit of a, it's not as rosy, it's a little bit more orangey, I think, on my skin, and I like that for the fall. Let's go ahead and jump into this palette. I'm so excited. Look at this beautiful, beautiful palette. I mean, I just think like it's so different than the color stories that we've seen recently. Almost not as cohesive, but when I saw it, I felt like there's a lot of looks that we could create with it. Again, today we're just gonna create one look, but I still love the colors so much. This palette comes with 10 shades, and I think it retails for about $65-ish. I couldn't find it on Selfridges anymore because it is sold out, so the price isn't listed. From what I understand, like they haven't really launched eyeshadows before, and so we'll test out the formula and then see how it does. I can tell you that at first glance and at first swatch, the colors do look beautiful. Okay, so I brought you a little closer so that we can just kind of talk through it and just talk about what my first reaction is to the shadow. I feel like I haven't done a green look in a while. I think the last time that I did it was with Jungle. So I think that I'm gonna focus on these two greens on the end. There's like a lime green and then a forest green. So I'm gonna go in first with this taupey brown shade. It's a very cool toned, like taupey shade, but it will be a good base. And I just lightly tapped in the pan, but you can already see it. Next, I think I'm gonna go into the purple actually. I thought I was gonna go into the orangey shade, but I'm gonna go into the purple, and I'm going to place that with my Sonia G Mini Booster, and I'm gonna place that in the outer V. There's definitely not a lot of kick up. It also doesn't seem to have too much pigment, but It has enough to where I can build, so I do like that. I like it. I think it looks beautiful, actually. And I did dip into the pan like twice. There's, I mean, virtually zero kick up. Which for pigmented shadows, it could go either way, but I am happy with the amount of pigment that I got and how I'm building up those colors. So I do love it. So far, so good. Yes, I'm excited. Okay, next we're gonna go in with green. Go in with this forest green first. And to be honest, I got that idea from the new Milk Cosmetics release that they've kind of been like teasing us with. It's got a palette with greens and purples. Oh my gosh, I have to get that palette, you guys. I have to. Like, it was literally made for me, like made for me. Whoa, that's deep. That's a lot of pigment. So I'm gonna take, and I just laid the color down. Then I'm gonna take my BK207 and figure what the hell I'm gonna do with this now. I'm gonna go back into my mini booster and then I'm gonna go back into the purple and I'm just going to like blend the two colors up here a little bit. Oh my gosh, I'm actually loving it. Honestly, I never really would have thought to mix purple and green. This is where I give creative directors, like the creative makeup directors, so much like credit, because it's like these palettes that are released, like they're so expertly curated, you know what I mean? All right, so that's what we have going on so far. I don't see any patchiness and I didn't have any issues doing that. This green is mighty. It's super pigmented, super powerful, which I appreciate. I did get like, do you guys see that? Like it's starting to transfer here. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But this blend is beautiful and I'm not an expert, so I'm very impressed. I'm gonna take my Chantecaille Shade and Sweep brush and then I'm going to dip into this lime green. This is what I'm getting. That's good pigment, guys. Oh, that looks so pretty. Like that lime green blended into the purple. I really like it. Wow. I'm going to grab my BK207 again that I was using to kind of tap in, but I'm going to go into the purple just to make sure that the green and the purple are good. Just very lightly. Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful, beautiful combination. Gorgeous. Once we add lashes and a liner, it's going to look so beautiful. I don't have any fallout on my face, and like I said, like the green had a tiny little bit, but I mean, come on, almost nothing. So I guess that debunks the whole idea that in order for it to be pigmented, it has to have a lot of kick up, like not necessarily. It really comes down to formulation. That's gorgeous. I'm really excited. Really excited about the lime green. I mean, when you look at the colors, it's like they're interesting colors that they chose for holiday, but now that I'm using them, obviously I'm excited about it. That lime green with the purple is everything. Oh, I'm happy. Okay. I'm gonna go with the lightest shade in the palette, which is that one there. It's almost white. And I'm going to tap it into the inner corner. Lately, I've liked to like kind of flick it up here and just kind of further open up the eye. Did anybody pick up anything from the Guerlain holiday collection? I'm interested to know. I'm telling you, like, first of all, I would have never thought to do green and purples until I saw that palette from Milk Cosmetics. But now the green and the purple in this palette makes so much sense to me. And I'm happy with the blend. I'm happy with the look, I think. Yeah, this looks pretty. It looks so different than what I would do. Okay, so I did put on, I tried a couple of new things from my recent haul. I'll link the video up here, but I did try out my Surratt liquid eyeliner. I love it. I thought it was so easy to apply. and it glided on very smoothly. It has a brush tip, so I appreciate that because as my eyelids get a little bit crepier and aged, the skin is thin, and so sometimes with the felt tip eyeliners you get like a skipped line. So a brush I find is a more smooth application for my eyeliner. I do like this eyeliner. It doesn't move, it doesn't budge. I don't know if I like it as much as the Tom Ford yet, but we'll see. I threw on some lashes and whatnot, but look at this eye look, you guys. This is just beautiful. And it looks really vibrant on camera. Like I'm looking at my viewfinder when I look up and it looks really vibrant, but like in person, I don't know what it is. Like it felt like a satin in the pan, and I'm talking about the lime green, but in person it looks so soft, so flawless, so like airbrushed. It's really, really pretty. I'm really, really excited with the look that I created. And does this mean that it's going to stop me from buying the Milk Cosmetics? Nope, absolutely not. That new palette is mine 100%. But like, it just shocked me. Like when you think holiday, you don't think necessarily of like a lime green, but like it's such a gorgeous, gorgeous look. I am so into it, so into it. Along the lines of this purple and green look, I don't think I thought it through because the lipstick that I chose is like a rosewood. It is like a neutral color, but it's a little bit of a rosewood color. Oh, I did not know this. So there was a little sticker on the lipstick case, and so I just like, you know, scratched it off. And then when I scratched it off, look at what happens, guys. I scratched it off. You that own these cases might know, but look, it opens up into a mirror. So then I like freaked out because like, how do you keep it closed? With the bottom bullet part. So you pop in your lipstick like this, and then, there we go. This little detail here is what keeps the mirror closed. But then when you open it up, or you like take the bullet out, this pops open to show a mirror. Oh my God, it's so cute. Okay, so I can be like my mom used to be, like with her tiny little mirror doing her makeup. All right, so I didn't think it through. I don't know if this was the perfect lipstick color for this eye look, but we're going to apply it anyway because I want to try it on for you guys. This does have a scent. It smells like the Meteorites, which we're going to try next, but I want to point that out. The formula is matte, but it goes on like a satin. Like it's really a really nice feeling matte. Also, I don't know if it's the color that I chose or the formula, but like it's not one that you get like a defined lip line with. It almost looks a little bit like diffused at the ends. You know, like lately the trend is that you're staining the inside of the lips and then diffusing the outside. Like I kind of get that sense a little bit. So I would say if you go with a shade like this, which is number 64, I do believe that it's rosewood. I just can't remember. It's number 64, and you want a defined lip, either go in with like a red lip liner to like amplify the look, or even a nude lip liner just to keep the lines very smooth, but it's not bad. Again, I don't think it necessarily goes with this eye look per se, but I like the color. I think it's pretty, and we're just gonna rock it. It is what it is. We made these choices, now we have to live with them. Now, one that has been so heavily anticipated by me, there is so much hype surrounding these beautiful Meteorites. I've wanted them for 2 or 3 years, and for whatever reason, I never took the plunge. I picked these up from Sephora because they were constantly going out of sale with Selfridges and Guerlain. It has the same shade as the lipstick, so they are scented. So if that bothers you, like, please know that. Again, I've wanted these so long. I mean, they're like pearlescent pearls, you guys. They're so, so beautiful. And the presentation, I mean, I don't know. I love, love, love the presentation of it. It's got the beautiful golden bead detailing there. Like, look at this. How beautiful. I love that. Love that. Now, in preparation for these babies, I went ahead and I ordered the new Sonia G buffer brush, and that's how I've been applying it. So that's what I'm going to do now. And what I like to do, so it comes with like this foam that's like a stopper for the pearls, and there's product on there, so I've been kind of just dabbing in there first. And then I was always confused about this, but basically like what I've been doing is just kind of swirling in, and you see some of the product kind of, you know, the powder go up a little bit. I tap and then I start to swirl and buff into my face. Okay. Now, I told you guys that I didn't apply highlighter because this has like a pearlescent finish to it. And I just think it's beautiful. You know, people had kind of described it or compared it to like the Hourglass finishing powder. I think that's kind of true. I feel like this is a little bit more, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it makes your face look like glass, like so refined and beautiful and finished is the best like description that I can give. Do you see that? It's just gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. It's like you have, yeah, right there. Pay attention to this area here. It's like this sheen, this really beautiful sheen. I want to give you my final thoughts. One, I love the history of the brand. I love what I learned. And now that I know that they're an expert perfumery, I want to try one of their perfumes out. I'm a little hesitant to do that because I'm not like a big fragrance person. So when I buy something, like I don't just go based off description online. Like I want to be able to smell it in store. So I'll have to do a little research and see where I can go and check those fragrances out. But I really want a Guerlain fragrance. Number two, packaging brought me in, and I feel like they just killed it with packaging. Look at these meteorites. Look at how beautiful it is. I showed you the detail on the lid here, just exquisite. Of course, we have the palette that matches that design, and it's mirrored, but it's just so beautiful, so luxe. It doesn't feel like a binky palette at all. I mean, it's very pretty. When I see it open, it almost reminds me of like the YSL palettes for some reason, and I don't know why, but it does. Packaging, look at these lipstick cases. Oh my gosh, this is just so beautiful. I do have two House of Silage that are, well, one's here, and I'm working on an unboxing video. The other one's on its way, which I've heard are just works of art. But this is gorgeous, gorgeous. I want to compare like, you know, what this looks like compared to those, but this looks stunning, you guys. I love this lipstick case. I mean, look at the complexion products. Look at this packaging, just so good. In my opinion, A+++. Now let's break down what I actually think about these products. Primer and foundation, they last a really long time, wears off the skin very beautifully. I will tell you that although this says that it's pore minimizing, I feel like I see that effect initially, and then it does go away quickly, especially around the nose area. Maybe because I just have extra large pores in that area. But what I found that I absolutely love is to go in with this one first, and then I will go in with a second pore minimizing primer just in my nose. And again, that could be specific to me. Overall, I do love how it preps my skin for foundation, and it doesn't dry out the perimeters of my skin, which I'm just obsessed with. The foundation, like I said earlier, great all day wear. It wears off very naturally and pretty. You don't get blotches of missing foundation. It doesn't cake up around my nose, nothing like that. I'm very happy with this foundation, and like, duh, of course, because my makeup twin said she loved it. So I love it too, and it works so well. I know that this is going to be just a staple for the winter for me. Absolutely A+. In terms of the wearability of this lipstick, I like how it applies. You get a diffused, very soft look, which I actually am digging right now. I think that if you want a sharper look around the edges, go in with a lip liner first. I don't know too much about the durability of the lipstick, but I will leave a pinned comment down below letting you know. Just so you know, right now it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm filming over the weekend, so this is absolutely stunning. I'll let you know how long it lasts, if I ate anything or anything like that, but I am obsessed with the detail. I'm obsessed with you know, everything about it. I actually love this color. I don't have anything like that in my collection, so that's really pretty. So yeah, this is an A+ for me too. The eyeshadow palette, oh, I'm really excited about it. I love how the colors blended together. I love the undertones and the colors just in general. I thought it was gorgeous. I think that I might do like another maybe I'll do like another video showing 2 or 3 different looks and not focusing as a whole on the brand. This was more about a get ready with me full face of Guerlain, but this eyeshadow palette based on this look alone is a hit for me. I am obsessed with the colors, the undertones, the blendability, all of it. I just really, really love it. The Meteorites, they're cool. They're cool. I'm not sensitive to scent or smell. I actually have a really bad sense of smell. This is so perfumey, you guys. Like, if you haven't tried these and you have an issue with scents or fragrance in your products, do not spend your money on this. You are not going to like it. I feel like it dissipates for the most part fairly well, but there's a lingering scent. And again, I have a really bad sense of smell. And I thought it was a little too aggressive in your face type of scent. If you like it, you like it. I'm not sensitive to scent. This one was just a bit much for me. I think that for my oily skin girls, this does not set your makeup the way that a pressed powder or even a loose powder packed in would. So do not rely on that. This is a finishing powder, much like the Hourglass or like my favorite finishing powder right now, since it's gotten a little cooler, my Chantecaille Blur powder, much like that. That's what you can expect from this. That being said, once you put it on, I mean, look at that sheen. If you remember, I don't have a highlighter on. I only have this as the overall finishing powder, and I didn't set my foundation. So like, this glow is really, really subtle and beautiful, and it's everywhere. So it just makes you look like you radiate. That being said, I feel like my Chantecaille Blur powder does the same and doesn't have the scent. So for that, I would call the Chantecaille over the Guerlain. But just aesthetically, like, I am happy to have it. There's quite a bit of powder that kind of breaks up. And, you know, if you look in my bucket here, my bucket of pearls, there's a lot of like, when I received the product, there was like a lot of pearls that had kind of broken down already. So at the bottom of this little tub, there's a lot of loose powder already. So I hope that that doesn't like kick up and go everywhere. I feel like I have such a like fancy, refined face. I have a fancy face, like the fancy face here on YouTube. But I just feel like it looks clean and luxurious. And like, yeah, I went a little crazy with my eye look, but even the eyeshadows look so classy, like on my skin. They look airbrushed. I really, really, really like those eyeshadows, you guys. Overall, this was, aside from Dior, this was the most anticipated collection for me for the holidays. And I'm really happy that I was able to pick everything up. I didn't have the bronzer, but it looked like sheeny and like a little luminous, and I'm not into that. So I didn't pick that up. But everything else for me was really, really nice. I mean, the Meteorites, if you have wanted them and you don't have a problem with scent, I say pick them up. Now that I've tried them, like, am I like, oh my God, over the moon, so happy that I have them? Not really. And I think that that's kind of an unpopular opinion because everybody loves these Meteorites. But, you know, I'm just being honest. Overall, yeah, I'm happy with the brand. Let me know what your comments are down below. I mean, what do you guys think about this crazy look here? I love it. I'm obsessed. I think it came out really, really nice. Which holiday collections did you pick up? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. I'm always so curious. Make sure and give me a like if you haven't liked this video yet. Make sure and subscribe if you haven't. We have, like I said, a really nice luxury giveaway coming up. And go and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. That's where I connect with people. I love talking about makeup all day, every day. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!